Welcome to Mike Vanacore Field for another exciting edition of Friday Night Football on NHTV. My name is Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys, and tonight the North Haven Indians try to bounce back from their first loss of this season that they suffered last week against Shelton when they go up against the Xavier Falcons. Last year, this was a shootout that ended up in overtime. North Haven won that game on the road with a final score of 50-49. Now, Xavier is a much different team this year. In fact, in 6 games, they have scored 47 points in total.
That's insane.
47 points in total in 6 games, as opposed to the 49 that they scored against North Haven last year in 1 game. Now, North Haven's coming off a huge loss against Shelton.
Tough loss.
Tough loss.
Tough loss.
Now, North Haven pretty much has to win out the rest of the year for any postseason chance. Now, do they put the gas through the pedal, or do you feel this could possibly be a trap game where they're thinking past this and on to next week already?
Well, I think this team has been waiting to get back on the field because they know that maybe if they had another couple minutes last week, maybe talking undefeated right now. But they should, like I said to the coaches, some of the players, they should have walked off field last week with their heads held high because they played 48 minutes, like I said, and I emphasized it, although an SEC bloodbath, and that's what it was. So if anything, this team should be ready to go, fired, and Xavier's going to have their hands full because, big news, I found out, and I was watching during pregame, I see number 5 come out. Seamus Meehan's playing. He's back, and we said it last week, we thought he was out for the year with a broken leg. It's not as bad as we thought. It's still something wrong with his leg, a bruise in it, but he can still play. So that's a huge plus for North Haven. They're 100% right now. Nora Pastore is back as well. So Xavier's got their hands full tonight because this is a hungry and angry North Haven team.
Now, we did not have Seamus Meehan last week against Shelton. He is back.
Yep.
Justin White didn't have many plays last week, but when he did, he came up big. Do you still see Justin White involved in this offense?
Yeah, 100% because, well, Seamus Meehan he's been playing, he's been practicing, that's good. But he's not going to be playing that much. It depends on how this game goes as well, but I don't think he's going to be getting the majority of the carries. Not a lot of passes. You'll maybe see him a couple run plays. But you got to see. Like last week, very impressed last week with the game calling. Late in the second half, made some great passing calls. Ended up for big plays in North Haven. Maybe you see Seamus Meehan throw the ball because we know that he was their number 1 quarterback before going down with injury. Like I said, that's a huge bonus to have going forward because you still got to play prep, but you got to get taken care of Xavier. You get Seamus Meehan back, that just adds that another dimension. And they could throw the ball. You saw it last week against a top 5 team. So they could do it against anybody in the state. And with Seamus Meehan back, hey, that's a plus.
Now, as I mentioned earlier in the pregame here, Xavier comes into this game scoring only 47 points in total. They've been shut out twice. Earlier this year, they got shut out by East Haven, who has had a resurgence of late.
A heck of a year.
And also Fairfield Prep, who North Haven will play later on this year.
Good prep.
Shut them out last week. If you're heading into this game, how do you not look past this game as a player for North Haven?
Well, Coach Agnella and the coaching staff of North Haven does a tremendous job of one game at a time. It's like the Bill Belichick thing. We're on to Cincinnati, we're on to this. We're on to Xavier tonight. That's all they're focused on. They ain't focused on Field for Prep. They ain't focused on form. They ain't focused on Amity. They're focused on Xavier tonight, taking care of business and getting the job done. And it looks nice. It's cold. I can see my breath. It's cold, a little chilly. The grass is cut. North Haven's ready to go. They're excited for the challenge. Xavier, like I said, is going to have their hands full. You see the cheerleaders getting ready because everybody's ready. North Haven's ready. The fans are ready. I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, then. When we come back, it's the North Haven Indians square off against the Xavier Falcons. It's next. It's Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Arnold's Jewelers, the North Haven Diamond Center, 117 Washington Avenue in North Haven. Decades of experience and a deep commitment to the North Haven community. Visit us today at thearnoldsjewelers.com.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Xavier has won the toss, they will receive. Please rise and remove our hats for the singing of the national anthem by North Haven High School junior Varla Zakaris, supported by the North Haven High School band under the direction of Mr. Ken Tedeschi.
Xavier has won the toss and they will receive. They'll be going from our right to left as we get started for another week here of Friday Night Football on NHTV. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. Thank you for joining us here on NHTV. And if you're watching on Facebook Live, we welcome you on there as well. If you're following on the North Haven Football Facebook page, feel free to say hello in the chat room.
Hello. Do you want me to say hi? I say hi.
You can say it.
I say hi. Hello to all the fans and followers of North Haven Football. Hope you guys are having a great night. It's a little chilly tonight, Michael.
It is very cold tonight.
Oh, it's not very. Come on, it's not very cold.
Very cold to my liking.
Oh.
Anything below 50 is too cold for me.
I understand, Michael. I do understand on that.
Chase DeCarlo will kick things off for the Indians. And it's a line drive kick. will be received and returned at the 8-yard line, Kareem Grisham. And it'll be dropped right in front of the 21-yard line to start things off, Trevor.
And things are going to get a little chippy. I was talking to some of the coaches. Xavier, North Haven has to do a great job of staying composed and not losing their temper and hurting their team tonight. Because they are yes, they lost last week. Shouldn't be that big of a loss in the standings. They should be worrying about their jobs tonight, do their thing, continue to dominate inside the trenches offensively and defensively, and their special team starts off pretty well like they've done all year. I've been very impressed with the special team so far this year.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Xavier. Ball at the 23 or 24-yard line. Shotgun formation.
They have this is going to be the 5th different offense that Xavier has run this year.
And it's a handoff to the 30-yard line. Bryce Sweetapple was the carrier on that play.
Yeah, like I said, Michael, I was talking to some of the coaches during pregame, and Xavier's run a different offense 4 times, and including tonight, it'll be their 5th time. So can you imagine being a defensive coordinator, in this case, Coach Velarde, dealing with different types of offenses? You're watching one offense, the next day you're watching a completely different thing. It's confusing, and even Coach Velarde said he didn't know what was going to happen tonight, what kind of offense Xavier was going to bring to Mike Vanacore Field. Right now they're playing a little shotgun as well.
2nd and 5. Another handoff. Actually, Miner takes it himself and crosses the first down marker.
Well, it was a great decision. You're seeing the defensive ends come crashing down the line. If he's going to over-pursue, the quarterback's going to keep it. It was a good decision right there. And Xavier coming out, like I said, with a different type of formation, and it's working right now. One of their main players, number 2, I guess was not coming with the team this week, was in crutches, I heard. So let's see how that factors in for Xavier tonight.
1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. 2 running backs with the quarterback and shotgun formation. Miner takes it himself again, crosses the 40-yard line, and gets hit at the 42.
And it looked like he's got an early injury to one of the senior captains of North Haven.
Luminary limping off the field there, trying to get off before a penalty is made or North Haven calling a timeout.
And you're seeing Xavier right now. I mean, looks like North Haven's playing conservative, not bringing a lot of blitzes right now, getting aggressive early on in this game, which I'm surprised. They've done a fantastic job throughout the first couple home games of getting after the quarterback and making these offenses difficult to establish anything.
And the handoff goes to Sweetapple. Gets a couple yards, but not much after that.
Yeah, they're going to play a lot of shotgun as well, but they are a run-heavy team, just kind of like North Haven. So North Haven should be used to this. They're practicing this each and every week against teams. When you have the defenses running against the JVs, they're used to it. So it shouldn't be that hard for North Haven to get used to this offense. Right now, the offensive line is doing a pretty good job of Xavier of controlling the line of scrimmage so far through this first couple of plays. And it's a big 3rd down early on for Xavier.
It's a 3rd and 1 from the 44-yard line. North Haven brings in the blitz. And they get around the blitz and get the first down. Nice play there for Xavier. That was Ryan Miner taking it himself for the first down.
And Ryan Miner, man, let me tell you, first couple plays, North Haven has no answers for him. Continue to go after the back, and you see a little maybe got tangled up with the teammate right there. But Miner's done a pretty good job so far of keeping the ball and getting positive yards for Xavier. And Xavier's got to like what they've seen so far for the first 2.5 minutes of this game.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Already killed 3 minutes off the clock here for Xavier. Sweetapple gets the carry and maybe 2 yards on the play. So Xavier doing a good job here, establishing their run game and moving the ball forward.
That's why I don't want to see North Haven come too close up to the line of scrimmage right there. And sometimes they've gotten beat. We're looking at the backfield for too long, and quarterbacks have been able to pick them apart in the middle of the field and to his receivers. So let's see if Xavier tries to catch him off guard with a little play action as well because of the success of the run game so far.
Ball's at midfield, 2nd and 5 for Xavier. Another blitz coming. And he gets away from the sack. Still up, throws it, and able to throw it away. And a flag is down after the play is over. This could be intentional grounding.
Looks like it could be intentional grounding, but great job of Minor. I mean, look at that. That's what North Haven's got to do. Bring the pressure. Outside pressure right there. And you just got to wrap up and bring him down right there. But a great job of Minor staying up on his feet and getting rid of the ball, even though it's a penalty. Still a good job right there. And you're seeing that Minor's already having an early on impact for the offense of Xavier, and it is affecting the defense of North Haven.
So the intentional grounding, if that is in fact the penalty, will be 10 yards assessed and a loss of down. Good job applying pressure for North Haven, Noah Pirelli and Kevin Anasolis.
That's what you got to do. You got to bring pressure. I don't care who the quarterback is. It's for any league. I've emphasized this for radio show talking about the Giants. When you bring pressure and your quarterback has no time, it's going to be a long night for them. And right there, you just saw it. Pirelli just got to do a better job of bringing him down and holding on to him.
So it is 3rd and long. Pass is complete, well short of the first down marker. And the tackle made by Albert Hooks.
Nice catch right there. That was a nice catch, but great job in North Haven, staying in their zones, covering the flat, nothing behind them. That's what North Haven's going to do. They'll let you give the 5 or 6 yards. That's fine. But plays like that, they're not going to have anything behind them. So a good start for Xavier. But as we said, teams like this, Cheshire early on in the year, they have good drives, but get hurt because of penalties. And that's what happened right there.
Punt nearly dropped. Brockham able to hold on to it, crosses midfield, gets to the 45-yard line, and is tackled at the 44-yard line. A great return there.
Perfect field
for
position
Devin Brockham.
Perfect field position for North Haven. They could get back to what they do best, run the football, control the tempo of the game and the line of scrimmage. And Devin Brockham, they've had some issues this year with holding on to the ball. A lot of muff punts, dropping the ball sometimes. You almost look like you dropped it right there, but great job of heads up, holding on to the ball, and hey, great starting position for the Indians.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. North Haven starts in Xavier territory for their first possession.
And Seamus
Meehan drops back, looks to throw. Pass is incomplete. The intended receiver was Noah Pirelli.
I like the idea, though. You get him back in the groove of things. Got to get him off. It's a good call. Throwing the ball, just a little overthrown right there. Noah Pirelli's done a good job this year of catching the ball, making big plays for his quarterback, his weapons, and I like what they did right there. A little aggressive, and get the rust off. Get Seamus, big help for the North Haven Indians to get Seamus Meehan back, passing-wise, especially for this North Haven offense.
2nd and 10, direct snap, goes to the right side, finds a hole, and breaks through for the first down. That is Noah Pastor, someone that we missed last week in the game against Shelton.
And that was another guy, as you see. Right there. Max Augustine was having the duties last week in for Noah Pastor, and that's what Noah Pastor does best. Running north and south, ground and pound, and he's going to come at you, and he's a physical runner, and you just saw there. So, hey, you get Seamus Meehan and Noah Pastor, get him back into the groove of things, and it's a good start for the Indians.
1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Low snap, ball's on the ground, and it will be stopped right there at the 38-yard line. Corey Hooks was the man receiving the snap on that play. It just looked like just a bad snap, Trevor.
Yeah, it was just a low snap right there. Got to get it up. Looked like, oof. If he catches that ball, the North Haven Indians could be, we're talking probably 6-0 right there. If you get that ball up a little higher, he had the edge right there, followed his blockers, probably could have had a touchdown for the Indians.
2nd and 14 after the botch snap. From the 38-yard line, man in motion. Direct snap, Nick Dodge finds a hole, breaks through. He's going to break free. 15, 10, 5, touchdown Indians. Nick Dodge from 38 yards out, and a terrific play there on his first carry of the game.
And that's a great job. This is what Devin Brockmer and Nick Dodge do. They can make a 5-yard run into a 50-yard run and an easy score. Look at that hole right there. Missed tackle from Xavier. And Nick Dodge has been a great surprise for the North Haven Indians, continuing to be the alpha of this offense, of this rushing attack, this high-octane rushing attack. And Nick Dodge just shows you why with the big run and the early lead for North Haven. So, yes, 2nd and 14. But, hey, North Haven, like I said, with Devin Brockaber, and Nick Dodge, they could break a run from a 5-yard to a 50-yard run, touchdown like that.
Extra point is good. 6:22 to go in the first quarter. North Haven leads 7-0. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal Drive next to Home Depot in North Haven.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
7-0 with 6:22 to go in the first quarter after the 38-yard touchdown run from Nick Dodge.
Are you cold?
It's cold out.
It's not cold.
It's cold,
It's the
man.
Northeastern.
Yeah,
Well, this is what happens.
it's cold.
You getting prepared? Did you get your milk, your bread, your eggs for the Nor'easter that's coming tomorrow?
There's no snow coming.
I know, but people hear Nor'easter and they freak out. So did you get your...
No, I didn't. DiCarlo kicks things off and will return it. Again, it goes to the ground. Able to pick it back up, though. Trying to get around the defense and get to the other sideline. Dodges the tackle and is eventually dropped there around the 22-yard line. Kareem Grisham had a tough time receiving that kick.
Yeah, but a great job at North Haven staying at home, not over-pursuing. They, like I said, I've been very impressed with this North Haven special teams, and that's a credit to Coach Volkovitz. He does a very good job. He's been here since as long as almost Sags has been here, and he's done a tremendous job. Each and every year, the special teams improves, and this year they're doing a great job. Not giving up any touchdowns, kick returns, punt returns. They've done a fantastic job, and that's on Coach Volkovitz's coaching.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. 6:13 to go. North Haven leads 7-0. Again, Xavier will go with their 2 running backs, one on each side of the quarterback, Ryan Miner. A junior at quarterback. There's a snap, handoff. No, Miner takes it himself, and North Haven's not fooled, and they stuff him at the line of scrimmage.
Not this time. They had great success early on with Miner, keeping it right there. North Haven doing a fine job right there. Probably should have gave it to his back right there. Instead, he's keeping it after his first drive had some success, but North Haven ain't going to get fooled.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. No gain on the play from Miner as the clock continues to run here as we approach the 5.5-minute mark in the first quarter. 2 wide outs. Miner looks to throw. Pass is low and incomplete, intended for Quinn Drzeski.
And they're going to have to do more of that. They're going to have to pass the ball because if they get down early on in this game, they ain't going to be able to run the ball. They're going to have to go to something they're not comfortable with, which is passing the ball. So they have to establish some sort of passing game early on.
So now 3rd and 10. Xavier was moving along in their first possession, eventually had to punt though, and now here, no yards in their first 2 plays. They face a 3rd and 10 at the 22-yard line. They go with 2 wide receivers on the near side, no wide receivers on the far side. 3rd and 10. Miner rolls out, trying to find the man deep, throws, the pass goes into the North Haven bench, incomplete. 4th and 10, and they will have to punt.
And that's not what Xavier does not want to see a quick 3-and-out just like that. Hey, North Haven, good coverage right there. Covering the underneath, covering over the top. Good pass protection from Xavier right there. Just no weapons open right there. So you got to give credit to the North Haven defense early on. And it's starting to show right now. Xavier, got to make a big stop coming up on defense. Can't go down 14-0 early on in this game.
High snap, but able to get the punt off. It is a high punt and will be caught by Brockemer in a fair catch. 5:15 to go here in the first quarter, and North Haven leads 7-0. They look to add to their lead. They scored a touchdown on their first drive of this game with a Nick Dodge 38-yard scamper. They started the drive off with an incomplete pass from Seamus Meehan. Then Noah Pastor ran for a first down.
But I like the call. You get Seamus Meehan involved early on in this game. You get Noah Pastor, two guys that have not been here in the past couple of games due to injuries, and I like it. I like the call, and you got to get these guys in the groove of things because, hey, the more weapons, the more success North Haven will have.
Direct snap on first down goes up the middle, and no gain on the play, maybe a yard. So it'll be second and about 8. And that was Noah Pirelli on the carry.
Yeah, usually
for 2 yards.
You see Noah Pastor or Max Augustine carrying that. So Noah Pirelli usually is a tight end in this offense. So to see him getting a carry like that, that's what I said. I've been predicating that they use so many different types of guys. They could have a tight end in the backfield. They can have a wing back, a tailback, or a blocking back, as they like to call it well in this offense. And it's showing early on.
Corey Hooks is hit from behind the line of scrimmage, and they're going to lose yards on the play. A loss of 2, and they're back to the original line of scrimmage.
Marcellus Ruiz, what a play. I mean, he literally just blocks the North Haven lineman right into his own runner. So that's a heck of a play right there. Overall, that's an individual great play right there. And a huge play for the Falcons of Xavier early on in this game. Big third down coming up. Let's see what North Haven decides to do. I mean, last week with some big third downs, they were very successful in third down conversions and fourth down. Do they decide to pass the ball? They got Seamus Meehan in.
They have Seamus Meehan in along with Justin White, who threw a couple passes last week, threw a touchdown pass. Seamus Meehan drops back, looks to throw. He's got a man deep, and it is caught by Brockham. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, 60 yards to Devin Brockhammer.
What a catch. Oh, my God. I know it looks like an easy catch, but the way he had to adjust to that, come back, and just go over the top and make that catch, and then there's the speed. Man, that kid can fly. That's just an impressive play overall. North Haven, Seamus Meehan, what a great throw on the ball. And Devin Brockhammer, man, him and the guys just continue to improve each and every week for this North Haven offense, and it's just getting scarier for defenses to try to not stop it, but contain this North Haven offense, and it's showing the first 2 drives.
DeCarlo's extra point is good, and with that, North Haven doubles their lead. They lead 14-0 with 3.5 to go. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal Drive next to Home Depot in North Haven.
Arnold's Jewelers, the North Haven Diamond Center, 117 Washington Avenue in North Haven. Decades of...
We're back here, 14-0. North Haven leads. And there's the kick. Will be returned by Grisham. Crosses the 20, the 25. Shakes off a defender and dropped at the 28-yard line. A good return there.
I just couldn't get over that play. I mean, that was just a greatly executed play by North Haven. I mean, Seamus Meehan, he got an injury right now. But just, I mean, look at that. The pass protection. And he was going Brockhammer the whole way. He wasn't looking at anybody else. He had the missed coverage. He had the linebacker around Brockhammer. And Brockhammer, with his speed, is going to take advantage of that. And the alphas right now with Brockhammer and Dodge are getting going early on in this game.
Grisham is down after being tackled there. We'll take a break here. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Arnold's Jewelers, the North Haven Diamond Center, 117 Washington Avenue in North Haven. Decades of experience and a deep commitment to the North Haven community. Visit us today at thearnoldsjewelers.com.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Kareem Grisham is being walked off the field through the help of his teammates there, and it appears to be a right leg injury.
You never want to see something like that, especially when your own teammates are taking you off the field. You know that's an issue. If he could have just walked off, maybe it would have not been a big issue, but seeing his players come on, carry him off, hopefully we wish them the best and a speedy recovery as well.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. It is a keeper for Minor, shakes off one tackler and gets to the 34-yard line before being pushed out of bounds.
And North Haven, once again, getting fooled by Minor's decision to keep the ball. Even though he didn't get much right there, this is just the same old play he's been running since the beginning of this game started. I mean, good blocking. Got to hold on to your boss, and you got to wrap up. North Haven, you could see the emotion right there. He was frustrated. Got to make the tackle right there. Wrap up and bring him down.
So it's 5 yards on the carry. It will be 2nd and 5 with the ball at the 39-yard line. 2 wide receivers on the far end and 2 running backs behind the line with Minor. There's a handoff. No, Minor takes it himself again with the quarterback option. Circles around. This time they are not fooled, and he loses a couple yards on the play.
I think that's the reason why you're seeing more of these keepers, the quarterback keepers, and they're not throwing the ball. Maybe they just don't have the confidence in Minor to throw the ball. We saw a couple of his throws, underthrown balls. So maybe they're trying to, I don't know what Xavier's trying to do right now, but they have to establish something because the running game is, they've had good runs, and then North Haven comes back and shuts them down. So they have to open up the playbook. It screens, sweeps, anything that could get North Haven confused would be helpful right now because early on in this game, North Haven is taking over defensively and offensively so far.
3rd and 6, Minor rolls out, tries to find a receiver, throws up the middle, pass is complete. They got the first down. What a hit there by number 23, Joe Ertel, but Xavier gets the first down.
I mean, yeah, they're excited at the big hit, but it's a first down. I mean, yeah, you can celebrate what you want and cheer them, but it's a first down still. I mean, a great play right there of Minor getting out of the pocket, and as I just said, maybe they didn't trust him, but a nice throw right there. You saw the crossing route right there to one of his favorite targets, the big man, and catches the ball. First down for Xavier. So Xavier's had chances to extend their drives, getting positive yards with throwing the football and some nice runs. Can they just keep it going and not get set back with a penalty or a sack?
The pass was completed to Quinn Drzeski to get the first down. Minor, this time hands it off, has an open hole there, and they gain about 5 yards on that carry. Nice carry there. And that was number 30, Joe Cartier.
That's a tough run right there, Joe Cartier. I mean, Xavier, maybe with a play like that, a big first down conversion or third down conversion right there, maybe they start gaining the confidence. And then coming upfield, you can see more North Haven they got to come down on like an angle. They're coming around and too far upfield where you're seeing those holes open up, and Xavier is being able to exploit them. So right now, Xavier, down 14-0, has gotten some confidence going on late in this first quarter.
2nd and 5 from the 46. Another handoff goes up the middle, carrying over a couple Indians, and is brought down about a gain of 3 on the play.
Hey, if you can take 3 yards right now and make it a more manageable 3rd and 2, Xavier's going to take that. As long as it keeps North Haven's offense off the field, that's a win. You continue to gain some success in this running game. Maybe throw him a little curveball, catch him off guard with a little play-action pass right here. Hey, Xavier's in business right now.
So it's 3rd and 2, just over a minute to go here in the first quarter. Xavier just shy of midfield. Shotgun formation again. 2 wide receivers are on the far side with Drzeski on the near side as tight end. There's a snap. Minor rolls out. Keeps it himself on the option, spins, and it depends where they mark it. It's going to be close. He might have gotten the nose of the ball at the first down marker.
He looking like he was trying to pitch it. he didn't think his runner maybe would have not got the first down, so he decides to keep it. I mean, I'm impressed with Minor right now, what he's been able to do running the football, getting some positive yards, and he's very quick. And he's got a little pop to him as well, taking on 3 defenders and gaining the first down for Xavier. So Xavier getting over midfield right now in North Haven territory, starting to gain confidence. Let's see if they can exploit this North Haven rushing attack right now, or rush defense.
1st and 10 from the 49-yard line after the run from Minor. Minor rolls out to the near side. Has a hole, gets to the 45-yard line and tackled at the 44.
It looks like that might be the final play of the quarter, but hey, you know what? If Xavier could go away down, yes, it's 14-0, but with them moving the ball right now on North Haven, tiring the North Haven defense out right now, hey, they'll take it, and it's working. I'm very impressed with Xavier so far, and Minor, the quarterback, the different offenses that Xavier has been running. This is the 5th type of different defense or offense they've been running all year. This one's having some success. Let's see if North Haven can slow it down and get the ball back in the second quarter.
After 1 quarter of play, North Haven leads 14-0. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal.
Ball is on the ground, and it's picked up, I believe, by North Haven as we come out of the break. To start the second quarter, there is a pileup. They're signaling North Haven. North Haven's got it.
And like I said, Xavier, the couple drives that they've had some good, positive yards and movement in this game, gets set back with fumbles, penalties, and now North Haven gets to take advantage of it now. And good field position as well, so Xavier's got the hands full right now. They have not been able to slow down North Haven in the rushing attack, and now in the passing game with Seamus Meehan back and throwing a beautifully thrown ball to Devin Brockman. So let's see if they get Seamus Meehan. He's in right now. Do they get involved once again in the passing game? Xavier's got the hands full right now.
1st and 10 for North Haven at the 48-yard line. Meehan hands it off to Brockamer, gets around the edge to the 50, and pushed out of bounds at around the 48-yard line.
I mean, that counterplay has been very, very successful for North Haven. For the games that we've been able to cover here, that's been one of the most successful plays. And when you got number 32 having the ball, with the way he can run, his vision, his speed, North Haven will take that any day of the week and twice on Sunday.
So it's 2nd and 6 after the 4-yard run from Brockamer. Right around midfield to the 48-yard line. Meehan is in again. Steps back, has time, he's pushed out of the pocket, trying to find someone to throw to. He throws it out of bounds.
And I like the decision right there. Get him again involved. They were going to Devin Brockamer, looked at his first read, nothing there, good coverage by Xavier, and then the pressure just came crashing down. And now that's just the best decision to make. Throw the ball away and come back instead of forcing something and giving Xavier the ball back. And now it's a 3rd and 6. It's a manageable 3rd and 6 for North Haven. So good decision by Seamus Meehan, and I like the aggressiveness play call by Coach Riccadelli and Coach Sags.
3rd and 6, so it is a manageable 3rd down for North Haven. Already up 14-0 in this game. Touchdown from Seamus Meehan to Devin Brockamer, 60 yards out, and then a 38-yard run from Nick Dodge. This is a run. It's got a first down, a little extra to the 30, to the 27-yard line. That's Nick Dodge moving the chains.
I tell you, Nick Dodge has done a fantastic job this year of carrying the load for North Haven, when they've been down in situations, having injury players, he's really taken that role. Him and Devin Brockwell have really grasped it and been moving forward for this North Haven offense. And right there, another huge chunk for Nick Dodge, and he continues to be their go-to guy for this North Haven Indians. Quite impressive, Michael.
1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. And it will be Corey Hooks this time that finds a hole. Still going. And he's got close to the first down marker. Let's see if he's got it.
I mean, Michael,
depends on where it's marked.
If you really watch this play, he's just holding on to his teammates and barely running. He's just like waiting for it the hole to open up. Just watch him. He's not even running full speed. He starts running right there. When he lowers his shoulder right there, he's about 5 to 8 yards already, and he's still not barely running. So to see that and for him to get that much positive yards, that's impressive.
So he was just short of the first down marker, so it's 2nd and 1. Seamus Meehan with Max Augustine behind center. It goes to Meehan, and we have a whistle blown. Flag on the play, and it will be against North Haven. They're back 5 yards.
Illegal procedure against the Indians.
2nd and 6 will be the down and distance after the penalty from North Haven for illegal procedure. Seamus Meehan still in the game.
So 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line. 10.5 to go in the second quarter. North Haven leads 14-0. And it is a run.
Max Augustine.
Augustine has the carry and close to the first down marker.
Max Augustine, another weapon that I've talked about last week, and very impressive against Shelton. Have taken that role for Noah Pastore this week. He's just going to be another weapon that North Haven's going to enhance into this offense and get going. And hey, if it's working, it's working. So don't change anything up. Great play right there. And now it's a 3rd and 1. Or it's a 1st and 10 actually.
Yes, that was a first
That was
down.
a 1st and 10.
Augustine did get the first down.
So hey, they'll take that. And North Haven gets back to their bread and butter.
1st and 10 at the 10-minute mark here. Carrying it himself is Albert Hooks, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. 18 yards out.
And Albert Hooks is in for North Haven.
18 yards. Albert Hooks finds the end zone, and North Haven leads 20-0.
I mean, just watch him. Very patient, waiting for his blocks, and bam, there you go. And then he's just going to boulder his way into the end zone. Easy play right there for the North Haven Indians. The confidence is starting to build, and you can start seeing that Xavier getting a little tired right now. North Haven is wearing them down with this running attack. Great job so far from the North Haven Indians. You've seen Devin Brockman, Nick Dodge, and now you've seen Albert Hooks get involved. This is why this North Haven offense is so dangerous to defend each and every week for any team in the SEC or in the state, and it's showing right now.
The extra point is good. North Haven now leads 21-0. Little under 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal Drive next to Home Depot in North Haven.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
21-0 North Haven leads with 9:52 to go in the second quarter. Albert Hooks punches it in from 18 yards out. North Haven is taking full control here in the first half, Trevor.
And that's what you could say, full control. They've controlled the line of scrimmage. They've controlled the tempo of this game. And they're controlling. Look, like I said, they're going to come in angry with the way that this game ended last week. So Xavier just has to be the opponent that they had to play this week. And right now, as you can see by his tackle, they're angry. They're getting after Xavier right now, and they're taking it to him early on in this first half.
Eric Folta was the returner on that play as Kareem Grisham left on the last kickoff. He left the game with an injured right leg. If we get any updates here, we will let you know here on Friday Night Football on NHTV. Xavier trying to get on the scoreboard here. They have not scored in 2 games. They were shut out last week against Fairfield Prep, and they have not scored here
And they've
so
come
far
in,
against North Haven.
and they've come in scoring 47 points. Where last year they played North Haven, they scored 49 in one single game. So they're gonna right now they're in similar territory they've been before. So they got to do something. They got to establish the run game. Has had some positive yards, but can they really get that passing game going? And can they not shoot themselves in the foot as well?
Joe Cartier gets a carry of 2 yards on first down. So they get to the 32-yard line, 33 maybe, depending, based on where we're looking. It looks like the 33-yard line, actually. 2nd and 10. Actually, 2nd and 7 on the 3-yard carry. As we approach the 9-minute mark here in the second quarter. Shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers on both sides. There's the snap. It is a keeper for Minor, and he is hit hard by Corey Hooks. What a hit there by Hooks.
Well, he saw his other brother. Just watch his other brother. Wait. And then he forgot about the other one. See ya. He comes in like a missile. He's reading Albert Hooks. And then the other Hooks brother comes in like a wrecking ball. Shout out to Miley Cyrus. Great song. But coming in and destroying Ryan Minor right there. So North Haven, like I said, you saw on the kickoff return. You're seeing right now, they're coming after him. They're hitting him. How will Xavier respond to this adversity they've been dealing with all year? And that's getting into the end zone.
3rd and 5 at the 35-yard line. Minor hands this one off, trying to get around to the edge, and they're not going to do so, and it's going to be 4th down. Xavier forced a punt. Marcellus Ruiz was the carrier there.
I would have liked to seen something catch them off guard, run a screen, because they're expecting it. They've expected it so far. It's been happening. They've run majority, about 95% of their plays have been runs, so they're not going to be getting fooled for much longer. Xavier has to do some sort of passing screen, change it up a bit to get this North Haven defense on their toes, on the heels.
That punt goes out of bounds, and the tackle on 3rd down was made by Josh Blumenthal. So North Haven already up 3 touchdowns. Look to add to this lead before going to the half. 7:33 to go in the second quarter. They lead 21-0. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys on a cool night here at Mike Vanacore Field.
It's not that bad.
North Haven coming off of a loss against Shelton here at Mike Vanacore Field last week. A back-and-forth battle that unfortunately fell short 28-24 against Shelton.
And it was a hell of a game. A hell of a game to be a part of. And right now North Haven's taking it to Xavier. The anger is showing. And Xavier has had no answer.
Ball on the
for
ground.
North
Seamus Meehan able to pick up the fumble. Jukes around the guys and able to get a couple yards out of that play. Nice play for Seamus Meehan, making something out of nothing.
Hey, when it goes your way, it goes your way. I mean, right there. Bad snap. North Haven, luckily, great heads up by Seamus Meehan, picking the ball up, following his blockers, and getting positive yards, getting as much yards as he can. Also, great job of not coming back and pushing him from behind and getting the block in the back. So a nice heads up as well with that. Small things like that can always go a long way. So a nice job by Seamus Meehan.
So it's 2nd down. Seamus Meehan comes off the field. And it is a run with Albert Hooks, who already has a touchdown. It gets to the sideline, and he's close. He actually has the first down there. What a run by Albert Hooks.
Well, I like his patience. I mean, this is one of his greatest strengths. You just watch him. It's opposite side. He's patient, and then he goes. And then, bam, he does it all for you. That type of runner you want to have. He has the speed. He has the patience. He has the vision. But don't be fooled by his size. He'll come at you, and he'll lower the shoulder at you. You got to come prepared when number 2 is running the football.
7:19 to go in the second quarter. Albert Hooks has 2 runs in this game with a touchdown, over 30 yards on the ground. Handoff up the middle, and it goes nowhere. Maybe a yard, if anything. And the carrier there was Noah Pastor.
So what I've seen from Xavier so far, haven't been able to really stop the runs with Albert hooks, the 8 holes, the 9 holes. What I've seen is they've been able to clog the middle of the line of scrimmage right there. They've had success stopping Noah Pastor. He hasn't really gotten going other than his first run. But Xavier's got to do a better job. They got to get aggressive. They got to come after North Haven. They got to get Seamus Meehan. If he's going to throw the ball, they've had some success so far with passing the ball. Can Xavier do something different to catch North Haven off guard?
2nd and 9 from the 43-yard line. Seamus Meehan takes it himself, goes to the right side, finds a hole, gets the first down, gets off a tackler, and it's tackled at the 40-yard line. What a run by Seamus Meehan. It appears the foot is okay.
How did he get out of that? I mean, I couldn't even see him. I mean, like I said, having Seamus Meehan back on this offense is a huge bonus. Look at that. I mean, and then he breaks out of it. Just a great job right there. And look at it. He's not going out of bounds. He has a hurt leg. He ain't going out of bounds. He's still trying to keep going positive yards. And you got to admire that. As a player on your team, if you see that from the bench, you got to get inspired by that. A guy that's injured, your senior captain, that's dealing with an injury and still playing hard like that, hats off to Seamus Meehan.
Run up the middle, finds a hole, first down, little extra, 25, 20, 15, that's Corey Hooks. Staying in bounds, touchdown. Did he stay in bounds? He's in bounds, touchdown.
Wow.
The Hooks brothers are both in the end zone tonight.
They're taking control. The Hooks brothers, all 4 of these guys, the 4 big hitters for North Haven. The Hooks brothers, Devin Brockman and Nick Dodds. Look at that. I'm surprised he didn't come back. I'm telling him to come back. But hey, he just pure speed right there. Bad tackling by Xavier trying to push him out of bounds. That didn't do anything. And the Hooks brothers, I think this is the first time all year that we've said that. Both Hooks brothers are in the end zone. And North Haven early on in this game has completely opened the floodgates right now. And Xavier has no answer early on for this North Haven rushing attack.
The extra point is good. Let's go back to this run really quick.
Of course.
We had a perfect camera shot on Hooks trying to get around the edge here and stay in bounds.
I mean, look at it. Yeah.
Is he in bounds? That is
Michael,
close.
I'm surprised. And if there's a challenge in that, guess what? They are probably saying he's out of bounds. If you look at that closely, he looks out of bounds, but the refs called it in the end zone, and guess what? He can't go back on it, so it's a touchdown.
6 minutes to go. North Haven leads 28-0. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
28-0 after the run from Corey Hooks. Now both Hooks brothers in the end zone tonight.
First time all year we've said that, actually, Michael.
Here's a return, and it gets dropped at the 28-yard line. So Xavier needs to get on the board here before the half, and they've had their chances. They definitely moved the ball, but it's just they haven't had that big play like North Haven has gotten so far.
You think you get the penalty early on in the game, and then you get the turnover. They've had some positive plays throughout this game. It's just, can they keep it going? And that's where it says the passing game. They got to get some sort of passing game going, because right now North Haven is finding the answers of this rushing attack of Xavier.
1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. There's a snap. Miner takes it himself and gets to the 34-yard line there, so a few yards on the play.
But Ryan Miner has done that throughout this first half. I mean, every time he keeps the ball, it seems like he's getting 3 to 5 yards a carry. And you know what? He's the only one that's really doing anything for Xavier, so Xavier's got to find other weapons to help out number 11 right now, because it's all number 11 for this Xavier Falcon team. And it's seeing that it's not been successful right now due to the scoreboard being down 28-0. They have to get something going to at least make this a competitive game right now.
2nd and 6 at the 34. Miner gets a snap. Fakes the handoff, takes it himself again. Hit, spins, staying on his feet. and gains maybe 1 yard after all that.
I mean, you got to admire it, though. I mean, he's taking on the entire team. He's taking on 3 or 4 tacklers right there. Nobody else, no blockers right there helping him out. He's not, I don't know, just not inspired right now. It doesn't seem like, you're down 28-0. It doesn't look good. You've been shut out for the past couple games. This team right now overall is probably just like down in the dumps right now. But Ryan Miner has done a tremendous job of trying to get this offense moving in the right direction, and it hasn't worked yet.
3rd and 3 for Xavier. 2 wide receivers, 1 on each side. 2 running backs, 1 on each side of Miner. North Haven shows blitz, flag on the play. There was some motion at the line of scrimmage, and Xavier is penalized for the illegal procedure.
And once again, Xavier shoots themselves in the foot. An easy maybe 3rd and 3 conversion turns into a 3rd and 8 now, and now they got to go to something that they're not comfortable with if they decide to pass the ball.
They have passed a few times in this game.
So 3rd down and 8.
Miner has a couple completions to Zadreski. 3rd and 8. 2 wide receivers on the far side. There's a snap. Miner drops back, looks to throw, has a man deep, and the pass is complete, crossing midfield. Sam Norris with the first down.
See, if they decide to pass the ball, well, never mind. Looks like there might be a penalty, actually. Well, they had some success. It's a good play. It's a corner route right there. Had him open, and it's a good delivery, thrown ball right there by Ryan Miner. It's just, like I said, Xavier shoots themselves in the foot. Looks like it's coming back, Michael.
Actually, looking back at this play, it does look like just as the ball is traveling onto our camera here,
Was
right there, a man
Right
is
there.
knocked down. So they might be calling for the pass interference there. It's a holding penalty. So it was holding. So it wasn't even related to that player getting knocked down. It was actually on the offensive line holding. So that's a 10-yard penalty.
And Xavier continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Get a nice play, big chunk of yards right there. Maybe get an end zone right before half. Instead, now it's a long 3rd and about 15. And now do they go back to running the ball and giving North Haven the ball with a chance for them to go up 5 touchdowns in this first half.
So it's 3rd and 18 from the 18-yard line. Miner drops back again, looks, has pressure, he's sacked right there. Number 44, Joe Vitale with the sack.
And I love the call by Coach Velarde right there. Easy. You bring the blitz. It's 3rd and long right there. They bring the edge blitz. Well, nobody's even blocking him, actually. He comes untouched. Nobody's even touching him. He comes in for the easy sack. Ryan Miner's looking at his progressions, his reads, and then he turns around last minute, and he sees the big fella coming down to take him down. And Xavier has had no answer right now. The aggressiveness in North Haven, yes, it's 28-0, but they are continuing to go after Xavier. And you have to.
High punt there. Will be returned at the 44-yard line. That is Albert Hooks. Gets around one tackler. Through the 40, to the 45, 35, 30, 25. I believe a flag is on the play, and it's a touchdown if the play stands.
Yeah, Michael, I was watching the whole play. While you were watching that, I was watching number 32, Devin Brockemer. Him and one of the teammates of Xavier got into a little, it looks like it's going to come back, a holding call on Devin Brockemer. I saw it from, while you were watching that, I was taking a look at that just to see. I saw the flags come out midway through the run. But the Hooks brothers, unbelievable game so far from them. They're breakout games. This is what North Haven's been wanting. And guess what? This is a great thing to see from North Haven. I know it's not going to count, but hey, that's a heck of a play for North Haven. If you're a North Haven fan to see that and the Hooks brothers really taking control of this game, that's a huge thing going forward for this Indian offense and team as a whole.
You can even see on the play here, the end of the play, Albert Hooks, as he's getting into the end zone, you could see that's the second touchdown. It would have been taken. That would have had that.
He was very excited, but he sees the flag. He's coming back, and you know what? Hey, great effort right there. It's just unfortunate, and that's what happens though sometimes. Plays like that will get taken off.
So
10 yards from the spot of the foul makes it 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. So basically, they are where Hooks originally received the punt. What would have been a 54-yard return for a touchdown, Hooks' second touchdown of the night, turns out to be 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. Still plenty of yardage for North Haven to score here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've been able to have their way with Xavier early on in this game.
Meehan drops back. Pass is complete. That is to number 44, Joe Vitale. Crosses midfield. A 4-yard reception there for Vitale.
Hey, if you can get little plays like that, that's fine. They'll take that. That's 4 or 5 yards right there. Get it to your tight end, Joe Vitale. Nice catch right there, holding on to the ball. And like I said, I didn't think they were going to use Jameis Meehan that much in the passing game, but I was wrong in pregame. They've been using him. He's had a great touchdown to Devin Brockemer. He's had some nice throwing balls. Other than his first throw, he's looked good so far coming back to this offense and getting his fine-tuning once again for this Indian offense. And Coach Agnella's got to like it.
2nd and 5 from midfield. Handoff goes to Brockemer, getting around the edge. Carrying it through, and let's see where he is marked. He's close to the first down marker. Great run there by Brockemer.
I mean, that's just his speed. This kid just finds the hole, reads his blocks, doesn't see anything outside, so he cuts it up and gets a positive 9, 3rd and 1. Look at the ref even slipped too. That grass, I'm telling you, when it gets at night, it gets dewy. This grass is difficult to maintain because you're falling apart. Trust me, it happened to me a lot of times. It wasn't fun.
3rd and 1 from the 44-yard line.
Don't laugh at me.
I'm not laughing at you.
I know you wanted to.
3rd and 1. Direct snap ball on the ground. And that is going to force North Haven to miss out on the first down and lose the conversion.
And look at that. If you're looking at that, you can see a little chippiness going down. Xavier's getting in North Haven's head. And I like what I just saw from Noah Pinelli right there, going after his teammate, saying, what are you doing? You're going to hurt our team right now. Don't get us a penalty. He's pushing them. I like that. You know what? We need to win this game. We need to keep you in this game. We don't want to get penalized, and we don't want you to hurt our team. So nice job right there.
North Haven has called a timeout with 1:14 to go in this game, or in this half. North Haven leads 28-0. It is 4th and 2. And North Haven's already up.
Yes,
so
they're going to go for it. I mean, it's 4th and 2. Xavier hasn't had any answer to stop this rushing attack, so why punt it? Why punt the ball, try to score, and make this a 5-touchdown game before half? Maybe catch them off guard with a little pass like they did last week. Xavier will never see it coming. They're going to expect the run. I'd be shocked if Coach Agnella decides to punt the ball.
Jameis Meehan is off, as Nick Dodge is as well. Albert Hooks comes in with Devin Brockemer and Corey Hooks. 4th and 2 from the 47-yard line as we come out of the timeout here. 1:14 to go.
This is an easy call for me. I'd be going for it as well.
There's a shift in the offense. Xavier trying to retaliate with their shift. Ball gets past Albert Hooks. Not sure if that was intentional or not. I don't think it was. And that's going to give Xavier great field position here.
Well, North Haven shoots themselves in the foot right there. Michael, I didn't know who was getting the ball either right there. It's just another bad snap. 2 straight bad snaps, and you know Sagnella looks very frustrated right now talking to one of his teammates. That looked like it was going to...
It looked like it was going to
Albert Hooks, and he just was going to go run right past it. So a miscommunication between the center and the back right there. So Xavier, hey, guess what? Get the ball right before half. Score, make it a 3-touchdown game. That's just a little confidence builder, especially knowing that you haven't scored in almost... They didn't score last game, right?
They did not score last game.
And they haven't scored in almost 6 quarters. So guess what? That's a huge... It's a pretty big deal, and it could get them going in the right direction.
So they will start from the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Both teams with 2 timeouts left with 1 minute and 7 seconds to go. First and 10. Xavier still in shotgun formation. Minor drops back, looks to throw, surveys the field, and he's sacked.
Yep. Like I said, the past 2 times we've seen North Haven on defense, they've gotten to the quarterback. And that's just another big play by their senior captain, Vincent De Palma. Similar play. He's running through the A-gap and easy, untouched right there. So that's going to be easy for him. And another big loss. Just when you think Xavier can sort of get something going, maybe get some points in before half, they go the complete wrong way. And that's credited to the North Haven defense.
A 10-yard sack for Vinny DePalma, the senior captain. Miner loses the ball on the snap, dives on it, and it is recovered by Xavier. So
both teams are going the wrong way, Michael. Very sloppy at the end of the half right now. Bad snaps right there by both North Haven and Xavier, and it's showing.
Xavier actually calls a timeout here on 3rd and 24 with 22 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, in this case, I'm with Mr. Mitchell right now. He's saying just run the clock out. You're down 28-0. It's 3rd and 24. What else are you going to do right now? What are you going to try? Are you going to try to catch them off guard? You haven't done anything different in this game for North Haven to get confused. So why do something? Just go to half right now and regroup. And that's what they should be doing. Instead, they call a timeout. A questionable timeout, I would have said.
It does seem rather odd that they are calling this timeout. Xavier calling their second timeout with 22 seconds left in the half, down 22-0 after a fumble, a botched snap. It's just very interesting.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, why? You've got 22 seconds left. Just go to the half right now. Unless you're going to do something crazy right now, then so be it. But still, very questionable timeout for Xavier.
3rd and 24. Miner rolls out, tries to throw, throws as he's hit, and the pass is intercepted. It's going the other way. Bobby Farley gets around the defender to the 50, 40, 35, 30, 25, 15, 10.
Late, there's another flag.
There's a flag.
There's another flag. I saw another block in the back, an easy call. I was watching that as well with the 10. And that's what I'm saying. Why, instead of passing the ball, go to half right now, 28-0. Luckily, there was flags. There was a block in the back right there. But why even call a timeout? That's what happens. They force the ball. Ryan Miner forces a ball, gets picked off, and that's what happens.
There is a flag on the play. It looks like it's around the 47-yard line.
Looks like there was a flag on the play during the interception.
And I believe it's against North Haven, so this big return from Farley is going to go all the way back. Still a decent return in net yards, but not as good as you would think after the play from Bobby Farley. Let's look at this play again.
So the penalty was against
North Haven had this covered. They had the underneath routes covered. And then they have you got the safety help. You got the corners playing back as well. You have linebackers on the underneath flats. That was covered all from the start. So Miner trying to do something, just throw it up. Maybe one of his players can come up. And there's the block in the back right there by one of the Hooks brothers. So, like I said, Xavier should have just went to half instead of causing North Haven having the turnover right there. Instead, North Haven gets the ball. It's still 28-0. It doesn't even matter what would happen.
North Haven most likely taking a knee. It looks like they're in the knee formation with 2 seconds to go in the half. There's a snap. There's the knee. That is the end of the first half. North Haven leads this one 28-0. Both Hooks brothers hit the end zone. Nick Dodge hits the end zone.
And Devin Brockemer with a big play. The nice catch from Seamus Meehan. So it's been everything you want to see. Good rushing attack by North Haven, and the passing game has been working for North Haven.
Again, the score 28-0. We'll be right back with our key notes and stats of the first half.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
And leading up to the second half here at Mike Vanacore Field. 28-0, North Haven leads Xavier. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal Drive next to Home Depot in North Haven.
Arnold's Jewelers, the North Haven Diamond Center, 117 Washington Avenue in North Haven. Decades of experience and a deep commitment to the North Haven community. Visit us today at thearnoldsjewelers.com.
I was around 5 or 6. I started playing flag football. I like how we're like a brotherhood, how we always have each other's back, and we're always together.
I'm excited to see what our team could do because I think we have really good potential. We have a nice young team that's coming along. We just got to see how we play on Friday nights.
I'm really excited for the schedule. It's a really competitive one, and it's a privilege to play these great teams that we have on the schedule. So I'm excited to see how we do against them.
I just want to, follow my dad's footsteps. I like the sport. Friday nights, can't wait.
We have a really tough schedule this year. I'm excited to see how we'll handle each and every one of those games because it's not going to be easy, but we're ready for it.
Just coming together as a team and, really just trying to cooperate and get on the same page with everybody. The schedule, it's gonna really test us. It's gonna really define who we are as a team and as a family.
I like how we're coming together. We seem to be doing well in practice. We had a lot of graduating seniors last year, so we have a lot of inexperience on the varsity field. Hopefully we can overcome that and do well.
It's going to be hard for the first few games, I think. People are going to need to step up. I'm excited to see how well we work together. It's been a great preseason. We did a great job this summer, and I'm just really excited to see how it all pans out during games.
Every year when you begin a football season, you have to develop the right chemistry for the team to have success. And I think the biggest challenge with this year's team is most of the guys that are competing for varsity spots right now played in a JV role a year ago. So we have a lot of guys that have to transition and learn how to play on Friday night. That's a different tempo, it's a faster paced, a little more intense. Well, I love the game and I love coaching, so I'm excited about every day. We've got great kids in North Haven. We've got great support. So being a part of this community is exciting. And football season comes once a year and it goes quickly, so we look forward to every day out here. Well, SEC Tier 1, there's no weeks off. We like to start the season off with a W because you've been focusing on this point for the longest time. Since the season ended last year, our guys have been getting after the weights and the camps and the passing leagues and the spring ball and so on. So every week, we're very blessed and very fortunate to have a quality team, a quality school on our schedule, and they're all going to present their own challenges.
Arnold's Jewelers, the North Haven Diamond Center, 117 Washington Avenue in North Haven. Decades of experience and a deep commitment to the North Haven community. Visit us today at thearnoldsjewelers.com.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal Drive next to Home Depot in North Haven.
At the half, North Haven leads 28-0 over the Xavier Falcons. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. North Haven's offense is clicking on all cylinders.
Oh yeah, they got the big four, as I like to call it. Their main home run hitters: Devin Brockemer, Nick Dodge, and the Hooks brothers. And I told you, Seamus Meehan coming back adds just a whole nother dimension. And you saw it with the I'm telling you, I couldn't get over it. It was a beautifully thrown ball and an even better catch by Devin Brockemer, and then the pure speed. They've done it all right now. Defensively, they're getting after Ryan Miner. I mean, he's been able to establish some sort of rushing attack by himself, but he hasn't had any other weapons helping him right now. And that's credit to the North Haven D as well.
Now, it was a 60-yard touchdown pass from Seamus Meehan to Devin Brockemer, an 18-yard run from Corey Hooks, and a 38-yard run from Nick Dodge, and, of course, Albert Hooks from 19 yards out on his run. So everybody's getting involved here. What does North Haven have to do to keep this going?
I mean, if this lead extends, you're going to be starting to see the JVs come in. But right now, don't change anything. Continue to run the football. Xavier has no answers defensively. You're getting 5 yards and exploding them to 50, 30-yard big runs right now. So they're having big, successful runs throughout this entire game. Continue to pass the ball. I like that they've been very aggressive with Seamus Meehan as well, getting him in this game, getting him fine-tuning as well, as he's been out for a couple weeks. Didn't think they'd use him as much, but he's doing a great job delivering the ball and also running the ball. I guess that leg injury ain't really bothering him right now. He's had a couple of successful overall plays, but the team as a whole, offensively, defensively, and special teams, tremendous so far for the first 24 minutes of this first half, Michael.
Well, we still have 24 minutes left in this game. North Haven leading this one 28-0, and they start the second half with the ball.
So that's that could be troubling for Xavier right now because they haven't been able to slow this rushing attack down. And it could be another long 24 minutes for this Xavier Falcon defense.
All right, we get set for the second half in just a minute here. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal Drive next to Home Depot in North Haven.
Arnold's Jewelers, the North Haven Diamond Center, 117 Washington Avenue in North Haven. Decades of experience and a deep commitment to the North Haven community. Visit us today at thearnoldsjewelers.com.
We get set for the second half of play here. North Haven starts with the ball as they are up 20.
People want to hear my singing. I don't think people want to hear my singing. We might lose all the followers if I start singing. Let's get back to just talking football.
Sure, 28-0 is the score as North Haven starts the second half with the ball. Again, a strong first half for North Haven's offense. They got all their big playmakers to be involved in the scoring. Both Hooks brothers, Seamus Meehan passing to Devin Brockemer, and Nick Dodge on his first carry of the game, going 38 yards out for the touchdown.
Most importantly, they're healthy right now, which is a great sign going forward right now. Hopefully these guys can stay healthy for the rest of this game and for the rest of the season, because this team is a very good football team on both sides of the ball.
The first kick will be received, and Brockemer gets around the hole, 25, 30, 35, has nothing but the kicker left, cross midfield, 40, 35, 30, he can go all the way, and he will start the second half touchdown.
And now, Michael, the clock could start running already, just like that. If DeCarlo hits the kick, the extra point right now, and then look at this. Yep. You're just not going to be able to slow him down. Once he's out into space, there's not a lot of players probably in the state of Connecticut that can slow him down. Devin Brockemer, another touchdown for him. I mean, this is quite impressive, this performance offensively, special teams, defensively. They've been great all year with all three of these. And that's a credit to Coach Walkovitz, who's the special teams coach, Coach Velarde, who's the defensive coordinator, and Coach Agnella and Coach Riccadelli as well, who are the offensive coordinators and play callers. And, well, Coach Agnella is the head coach, but Mike Riccadelli is also making these play calls. So guess what? A shout out to all of them because they've done a fantastic job so far. I'm not saying the season's over. I'm just saying that they've done so far up until this point. They've done a tremendous job so far.
And here is the extra point from DeCarlo. Kick is up, high, and good.
So now the clock starts running.
So now we go into that continuous clock rule here. So with 11:43 to go in the third quarter, Devin Brockemer goes 99 yards for the kickoff return touchdown. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Arnold's Jewelers, the North Haven Diamond Center, 117 Washington Avenue in North Haven. Decades of experience and a deep commitment to the North Haven community. Visit us today at thearnoldsjewelers.com.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
$35-0 after the 99-yard kickoff return from Devin Brockemer.
We might have seen the last of Devin Brockemer in the offense of North Haven. And I'm talking about the starters after not even one play on the second half.
And here comes the return for Xavier, finding a hole but then quickly closed up and tackled at the 27-yard line.
And this is what North Haven's got to watch. You're up 35-0 right now, but Xavier could get a little chippy, could start pushing people, start getting in your heads right now. You got to play smart right now. You've done a tremendous job so far in the first 24 minutes of this game. Don't hurt your team with a penalty, and don't even hurt yourself as well, because if you get in trouble, you could get suspended for the next game as well. So these players of Xavier, they might get under your skin. You got to let it go.
So, Trevor, now that the score is 35-0, remind the viewers on NHTV and Facebook Live exactly what happens with the clock.
Well, the clock just continues to run. The only time is a stop, a time of possession, and I think that's it. There's nothing really that can slow down the clock. Incompletes are going to keep going. Any type of scoring play as well. I think the only scoring play and a time of possession, change in possession, will be the only way this offense or this clock stops. But other than that, it's going to be a quick second half unless Xavier starts getting something going offensively. And they brought a new quarterback as well.
Quick pass is complete, crossing the 35-yard line. And that was a quick pass from number 14, Josh Colano, going to Sam Norris. So 3rd and 2.
We're still looking for the winner of the rugby team gift basket. The winning ticket number is
10:05 to go here as we're in the third quarter. The clock again continues to run. The only time it stops is if it's a timeout or a change of possession. 3rd and 2 for Xavier. And it's a handoff. That's Ruiz. And he stopped at the line.
They're gang tackling right now. North Haven just getting after. Yeah, it's 35-0, but they are not stopping. They're going full throttle ahead. And also the quarterback that came in for the first play of this drive, or a couple plays into this drive, had a nice arm in pregame. I saw him. He delivered a great thrown ball, and that's why maybe they got him in. Going to start throwing the ball. He's got a strong arm, accurate thrower. Let's see if Xavier tries to start passing the ball a little more than they did in the first half.
So North Haven will have to stop this 4th down and 3 against Xavier. They're going for it here, down 35. The ball at the 35-yard line. And again, Colano is in at quarterback. Looks to throw. Has a man deep, and it's overthrown.
I mean, I like the decision. I mean, I told you, he's got a strong arm. I like the decision. Throw the ball, give your player a chance to go up for it, just a little overthrown. But I like the aggressiveness. 4th and 3, you got nothing to lose. You're down 35-0. You have to do something. and it hasn't worked so far. But I like the play call. Take a chance. What's the worst that can happen? Literally, what is the worst that can happen if you decide that if it turns over or something? It's all right. I like the aggressive call. I know it's short territory now for the North Haven offense.
And with the running clock, you have less time than you would say an NFL game or a college game where you could punt it away and still have time. The clock continues to run even on the turnover on downs.
Only time is a touchdown and a change of possession.
And Noah Pastor crosses the 30-yard line. He's back after his injury last week against Shelton, and he's had a couple big runs.
He's had a couple, but pretty good job Xavier has done of slowing him down. It's been more of the guys like Brockamer, Nick Dodge, and the Hooks brothers, and Seamus Meehan as well. Noah Pastor has still got to get in the groove. He's been dealing with an injury all year. This has been a nagging injury that he's had. And it's been affecting some of his runs as well, but some of his runs have been positive and powerful runs. And that one was a pretty successful run, about 5 yards. So guess what? If they can continue to get him involved in this offense, it's just another weapon that North Haven can use.
2nd and 5, handoff. Gets to the 31, and that's about it. Carried there by Max Augustine.
I'm surprised because Max Augustine had more success last week against Shelton's defense than he's had tonight against Xavier. So a good job to Xavier so far. They played well in the defensive line for periods of this game. But so far, North Haven has dominated inside the trenches, and that's why the score is 35-0.
So the running clock continues here as it is now 6:43 to go in the third quarter as North Haven leads 35-0, 3rd and 4 for North Haven at the 34-yard line.
If North Haven scores on this drive, this could be their last drive of the first teamers that you'll see.
Brockamer's in motion. Handoff goes to Seamus Meehan. He's got it. Touchdown from 34 yards out. His second touchdown of the game.
Welcome back, Seamus Meehan. He picked you out too, right?
He did.
It looks like Devin Buckner was getting the motion. He gets the ball, but Seamus Meehan, boy, oh boy, what an overall game from 2 touchdowns for Seamus Meehan, 2 touchdowns from Devin Buckner, a Nick Dodge touchdown, and both of the Hooks brothers with a touchdown. So, I mean, overall, the big guys, the big home run hitters from North Haven have all come to play, and they're playing well tonight. Xavier continues to have no answer for this North Haven offense.
DiCarlo comes in for the extra point. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it is good. So with that, North Haven extends their lead to 42-0 with 6:20 to go in the third. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
There is Coach Sagnella talking to his team there as they're up 42-0 with 6:20 to go in the third quarter. Michael Valenti alongside Trevor Keys. And Seamus Meehan scoring from 34 yards out on his second touchdown of the game. He passed to Brockamer for his first and rushed that one in for his second. DiCarlo will kick this one off. And it is a short kick and returnable. Gets to the 30-yard line, and a nice return there by Dominic Cartelli.
Dominic Cartelli on the return for the Falcons. He's out to about the 33-yard line.
So here comes some of the JVs for North Haven right now. As North Haven's up 6 touchdowns. You're still seeing some of the starters in, but North Haven, you're going to see more and more as the time goes. JVs will start playing due to the big lead right now.
So the clock will continue to run now that the clock has started after the kickoff. 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. 4 wide receivers out. Dropping back. Pass complete. First down to the 40-yard line and dropped at the 35-yard line. A great play there.
It looked like some sort of...
Josh Kalani to Quinn Zadreski for the first down.
And that's been the favorite target for both quarterbacks tonight. And that was a basic, looked like a slant play, and just a great delivered ball right up the middle of the field. That's what you've seen North Haven get picked apart throughout this year from the middle of the field. And it continues again tonight. So a big play by Xavier, the most successful play offensively so far in this game. Maybe they get some points going right now.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Xavier trying to score for the first time since the 4th quarter a couple weeks ago against Notre Dame. Kalani drops back, throws this one deep. He's got a man wide open. Pass is caught. Touchdown, Xavier.
Well, that was easy. Just like that. I mean, look at that. Kalani, he probably could have been the guy tonight. I mean, look at this throw. It's just a basic fly route, and he's wide open. Missed coverage by Albert Hooks. So, hey, guess what? Xavier is off the scoreless streak.
Yep.
Off the scoreless streak, my friend. So, nice play. 2 plays right there, big plays. Kalani, great job right there. Stretching the field, getting to his weapons, and a big play by Xavier.
So it was 6.5 quarters that Xavier has not scored, and they score there on a big play from Kalani to Sam Norris.
And they might not come back tonight, but it's a confidence builder going forward of the next couple opponents. So, hey, congratulations to Xavier. It's a big momentum builder for them as well. You score, it feels good. Anytime you could score a touchdown, it feels good. So they finally got off the scoreless streak.
Extra point is good. So with 4:37 to go in the 3rd quarter, Xavier's on the board, but they trail 42-7. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal Drive next to Home Depot in North Haven.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Arnold's Jewelers, the North Haven Diamond Center, 117 Washington Avenue in North Haven. Decades of experience and a deep commitment to the North Haven community. Visit us today at thearnoldsjewelers.com.
42-7. North Haven leads, and an onside kick. Still up on the ground. Still on the ground. Are you kidding me? Did Xavier get the onside kick?
They did. They did. And
that is great field position. They did. They got it.
And this is a couple times that I've seen North Haven play like this. They're up 42-0, and they start playing very conservative. And they start playing sloppy. And I know Sagnell and the coaching staff has not got to be pleased. I know they're up right now by 5 touchdowns, but that's inexcusable. You should not be letting that happen. And you know Coach Sagnell is not happy. That's just being that's lazy right there. You got to make that play. You got to catch the ball.
I've never seen an onside kick go that far and recover.
Because you just seen it.
I'm saying before that.
Amazing, right? It's amazing.
Saying before that.
That's what bashing my singing.
1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Xavier, after scoring on their last drive. Kalani is back in and will most likely stay in at quarterback.
Continue to throw the ball. I mean, North Haven has not been able to slow down the passing game, so might as well
Kalani
keep it going.
Throws this one deep, and the pass is intercepted if he's in bounds. No, he's out of bounds. Corey Hooks was the man that caught it, but he was out of bounds.
The thing is, he's having time in the pocket. I mean, good pass protection right there. I mean, he has all day. He has all day. He's just a little overthrown right there.
It makes you wonder why Xavier hasn't gone to this with their team struggling to score points, why they haven't gone to passing earlier in games and involving Kalani in games.
That's what I'm surprised, because Kalani looks like he's more the thrower, whereas Minor is more of the runner. And if you can incorporate both of these guys, then hey, that could have gave fits to North Haven, but instead they went with Minor, and he had some success running the football, not through the year, but Kalani so far in his one drive has done fairly well against this North Haven secondary.
2nd and 10 from the 21. Kalani in shotgun. Looks to throw again. Has his man. Pass is complete to the first down marker, and it'll be 1st and goal inside the 10. Mike Gorlowski is the one that receives that catch for the first down, a gain of about 13.
Now it seems like North Haven's playing off. They're playing soft coverage right there, and an underneath route to cross him, shallow crosser route right there. An easy play for Kalani to deliver the ball to his weapon. And Xavier, guess what? Looks like they might be going in once again to stop the running clock. If they score here, the clock will stop and go back to normal.
Kalani rolls. Trying to find somebody. De Palma slips. Kalani still has time. Throws. Touchdown.
And wide open.
Tommy Cook scores the touchdown. And with the extra point, that will stop the running clock.
Just like that. And then Kalani, right? The first 2 drives, 3 touchdowns. Look at that. Sees the blitz. The grass always plays a part in this when it gets a little wet. He's waiting. And then sees this guy wide open in the middle of the end zone for an easy score. And look at that, Xavier, which at one point could not score in 6.5 quarters, you were saying. Past 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, just like that.
And if they hit the extra point from Sam Norris, they have stopped the running clock.
They already stopped, because it's a 29-point lead.
There's the extra point, and it is good.
We go back to normal clock, Michael. So this is the thing, I've seen this. I don't like this. They get very lazy and they get conservative. They got to keep going. They got to keep getting aggressive. Keep sending the blitz. Keep trying to make these Xavier offensive players like a Kalani uncomfortable throughout. And right now, it's seeing Sagnella does not look happy right now, and I'm not surprised.
42-14, North Haven still leads. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal Drive next to Home Depot in North Haven.
Say it right now.
42-14 in the 3rd quarter. Xavier again with the onside kick. Don't tell me they just got it again.
Nope, North Haven.
North Haven got it? Yes, North Haven got it. It looked like someone from Xavier got it.
You got to wait until it goes 10 yards, and that's what they did. And North Haven gets that ball.
Actually, it looked like it went 9.5 yards. They didn't even get the 10 yards.
Oh, 9.5 then. I guess they didn't want Xavier to get another, because they had about 6 or 7 guys there. So if they didn't catch that, it would have been Xavier's ball again. So North Haven comes back out, and they're going to go back to work. Now they get a chance to get back to running the football and go to the 4th quarter, try to extend this lead.
1st and 10, a minute and 50 seconds to go. Albert Hooks gets around the edge. To the 35, still going 30, pushed to the 25-yard line. What a run there by Albert Hooks. He is having a tremendous game here tonight.
I mean, the whole offense, from right here, look at patience, waits for his ball, cuts inside, and then just bam. That's just bad. That's poor tackling on Xavier's part. You got 3 men right there, and he's dragging you guys. That's a problem right there. You got to hit a guy like him low, because yes, he's tiny. He's not a big back, but he's a powerful back. He's got the big legs. He'll keep churning him. He'll keep moving forward. You got to hit him in the legs, a back like him. And that's just another great run by Albert Hooks tonight. So very impressive from the Hooks brothers tonight.
1st and 10 from the 26. Noah Pastor finds a hole, breaks through, 10, 5, touchdown from 26 yards. North Haven back up by 34.
And Noah Pastor, everybody that we could think of North Haven with big weapons has gotten involved in some sort of way right here. Waits for his box, patience again, and then sees the big hole open up, and the safety goes too far over pursues it, and Noah Pastor opens the hole like that, and guess what? The North Haven Indians are back up just like that. 2 plays, 2 big plays, and North Haven, guess what? Yeah, the defense has been playing sloppy so far in the second half, but the offense, you give them a chance, you get them back out to the field, and they're going to do their thing, and they're going to score.
And there's a flag on the play.
Whistle blown and a flag on the play. Offsides against Xavier.
You just see the patience tonight by the backs. You see the Hooks brothers. The Hooks brothers have been very patient all year with their runs. But Noah Pastor waiting for his hole to open up, following his lead blockers, and then you see the safety come too far upfield, and he's going to take advantage of that, and bam. Just like that. Noah Pastor is on the scoreboard as well.
The extra point is good. And with 50 seconds to go in the third, North Haven leads 49-14. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
Arnold's Jewelers, the North Haven Diamond Center, 117 Washington Avenue in North Haven. Decades of experience and a deep commitment to the North Haven community. Visit us today at thearnoldsjewelers.com.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
49-14 with 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. DiCarlo kicks this one, a big kick there, inside the 10, and will be returned to the 20, 25. And tackled around the 30-yard line.
Here comes the clock now. It's just going to run. They're back to the running time after the big touchdown by Noah Pastor. Let's see how the defense comes back after the offense does its job. The defense past 2 drives have gotten picked apart by the new quarterback of Xavier, and I'm still, me and you were talking about it, still surprised that they didn't go with this early on in the game, or try to get Minor in as well, and Colano. It's just shocking to me that they waited this long to put in Kyle Olano.
So this will most likely be the last play of the third quarter. 3 wide receivers out. Kalani drops back, looks to throw, rolls out.
He's got all day now.
He's got a man in front of him. There's the throw, the pass incomplete, disrupted there by number 14, Bobby Farley, who has an interception in this game.
They're giving him time. Josh Colano has had time throughout this game for the first couple drives. Just late blitz right there, getting available and trying to get the ball to his weapon. Just didn't happen in that case. So we'll go to the fourth, Michael.
49-14 as we get to the fourth quarter. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV. We get set for the fourth quarter of play here. North Haven leading 49-14. And last year these two teams met. It was a 50-49 game. North Haven living up to their side of the bargain this year. Xavier, they're starting to score here in their last couple of drives as Kalani is sacked. Collapse in the pocket there.
Yep, it just starts bunched in just like that. Had time. He was thinking too hard. I think right there, he waited too long. He should have just ran it. If he didn't see anything, if he didn't see his first options open, should have just took it and get at least some positive yards instead of taking the long sack as well. So North Haven's done a pretty good job as well tonight of getting to the quarterback. I mean, I'm very impressed right now with this defensive line, the aggressiveness of this defense, and the offense. It's a culmination of everything.
3rd and 11 from the 28-yard line. Colano drops back, has time in the pocket. Now he's brushed out, rolls out, looks for a man. He's going to take it himself to the 35, and he's close to the first down marker. Let's see where he's marked. He was pushed out of bounds.
Looks close.
It's going to be close, and there is a man down on the ground. Can't see the number yet on the injured player that they are.
It is a North Haven player, 41.
It is Josh Blumenthal. Might be a cramp. They're giving him a slug of water there before he comes up. Well, we take a timeout here. North Haven leads 49-14. You're watching Friday Night Football on NHTV.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal Drive next to Home Depot in North Haven.
10:35 and counting to go here. North Haven leads 49-14. Colano keeps it himself, is pushing, and he's got the first down to the 46-yard line as he kept his feet moving and powers his way to a first down for Xavier.
Hey, maybe he's just not a thrower. He can lower his shoulder and get a nice first down. I think Xavier has something good with Minor and Alano going forward for the rest of the season. You got to go a guy that can stretch the field, throw the ball, has a strong arm. Then you got a guy that runs and has the ability to extend plays with his legs, and that's Minor. So you got some kind of positives to take out of this game as well.
And Xavier caught with an illegal procedure. They'll lose 5 yards on the penalty.
And just like that, they set themselves back. This has been the trend for Xavier tonight.
So instead of 1st and 10, it's 1st and 15 from the 41-yard line. Colano steps back, has a man deep. He throws to him. The pass is off the ground, incomplete. Intended for Tommy Cook.
It seemed like he slipped, but also, if you see, maybe late, could have got an offensive pass interference. If you watch the late push, watch him try to push off right there, and then he slips. So a good no call. It's a good no call by the refs. And I like the chance again, throwing it up to him and giving a chance to his weapon.
I don't know, it looked like it bounced off of Cook and into the hands, but they said it was incomplete. Colano pass, tip, and incomplete. Noah Pirelli disrupts the pass there from Colano.
Noah Pirelli's done a fine job tonight defensively. Last weekend against Shelton, it was more of him in the offense. This week it's defense, so he's done a tremendous job, and that's credit to Coach Velarde. I mean, he's very tough on these players. He takes a lot of pride in his coaching, and you know what? It's showing each and every week. And you got to give him the credit because he's done a heck of a
throws
job.
deep to Norris. It is.
That's a great play.
Incomplete.
That's
what
a
a
great
play
play
there.
He has him beat. He has his man. They're playing soft coverage again, man to man, and he's got him beat. There's no safety help over the top. That's just a great play. Maybe a little underthrown it for him to come back and make that play, but that's a great play right there by the corner. So tough break for Xavier. I liked it though. Keep throwing the ball. Take chances.
So Xavier will punt.
Sam Norris will come in to punt for the Falcons.
So the clock will continue to run here. High snap, able to get the punt off. And bounces in Xavier's favor to inside the 20-yard line.
Xavier roll inside the 20-yard line. That's where the Indians will take over, about 1st and 10 around the 18-yard line.
So the next time you'll see us here at Mike Vanacore Field will be the final game of the regular season, Thanksgiving morning.
I love it. I love
where they play
yep.
their yearly rival, the Amity Spartans. But before that, they have quite a road.
Yeah, they got their next couple of games on the road. They will go to 6-1. Then they'll play, the next 2 games will be Foreign and Prep. I forgot but I know they're playing Foreign and Prep on the road. Prep is a very, very good team. That's going to be a massive game come in the next week or the next 2 weeks. It's a huge game going forward for North Haven. And then you play, of course, Amity. So North Haven's schedule is a little tougher after this, but hey, you get out of this part 6-1. Coach Agnello's got to be loving it, but he's not satisfied yet.
1st and 10 gets to about the 24-yard line. Max Augustine, the carrier on the play.
Picks up about 5 yards, maybe 6.
And I won't be surprised if North Haven literally runs the clock out on this drive, if they keep the ball for the entire drive and run it out.
Now, Trevor,
yes,
going into this final month of the season, they have 3 games left. At Foreign, at Fairfield Prep, and home against Amity. Obviously, a second loss would mean that would be the end of the year.
I don't think it would be the end of the year because of their one loss, one of those losses being to Shelton and the way they played. And look at a big play right there, getting some of the guys, JVs going right now. And a very successful play, the counter play. It's been great. The misdirection has worked tremendously because of the overload on a side. On one of their sides, North Haven likes to overload sometimes, catches them off guard, and that's what you bring in with the misdirection. And it's working, and it's been working so far throughout this season.
Now back to what I was saying here.
Sir.
A second loss maybe takes North Haven out of the postseason picture. But you look at their strength of schedule this year is not as strong as people anticipated. And as a runner is behind the line of scrimmage there, and a flag on the play.
Might be a late flag on Xavier.
Let's see what that flag is for. Going into this game, other than Shelton.
So they play at Foreign, and then they play at Prep, and then they got their Thanksgiving game.
You got the Thanksgiving game. And Foreign, I believe, going into this week, they are sub 500. I have to double check that. Fairfield Prep, they are 4-2 going into this week. Yeah, Foreign is 1-5. Fairfield Prep coming into this week is 4-2. 5-1.
Yes.
And Amity has been, like you said, a pretty impressive season for the Amity Spartans, 4-2 right now.
So if they need to get those 2 wins against Fairfield
Well, here's
Prep
the thing
and
about
Foreign.
North Haven's schedule. You said if another loss could set them back, and maybe they don't get included in this year's playoff. But coming into the season, West Haven, you think Massac, you think Cheshire, you look at Hillhouse, Brookfield, Shelton, Xavier, and then Prep. Foreign has had down years, and then Amity. You look at that schedule, and in past you say, wow, North Haven gets out to a 6-1 lead in their first 7 games. That's impressive, but the way that West Haven has been down this year, Massac being down, Cheshire being down, Xavier being down, like these are all high-powered teams that people well known around the state, won state championships, and to see them struggling this year, I hope that doesn't come into consideration if, however, North Haven does get through these next 3 games.
Now, it's all based on a point system where obviously the teams that you beat, you get points based on how many wins they have. So when your strength of schedule is so low, it does hinder their chances if, in fact, they go drop one of these last 3 games.
That's why that Prep game could be very big for points because they're a double-O school, Prep. So to see if you get by Foreign, you take care of business, you're going to go extend, you'll win this game 6-1. Okay, you've done your job. Now you go into Foreign, should take care of business. Foreign does play them hard at Foreign. It's always a tricky game. I know the record says 1-5, but that's always a tricky game. And then you play Prep. That could be a massive game for points because they're a double-L school. So that Prep game, many people are going to be watching that game in the state, not including North Haven and Prep fans. I'm talking about other teams that are running or trying to get into the playoffs as well. So that's going to be a massive game going forward as well.
Max Augustine moves the chains on that play for a first down, and the clock continues to run as we're at the final 2.5 minutes of this game.
And like I said, you're not going to see Xavier get the ball back. North Haven's going to run the clock out literally. And an impressive victory, like I thought they would do. Come in hungry, angry as well, and take it to a team that has not played up to the name of their Xavier. It's kind of like I just said, the schedule has not been in favor of North Haven. Coming this year, you would have thought this would have been a lot tougher schedule. But these teams that we've talked about, the West Havens, the Massacks, the Cheshires, the Hill Houses, and now the Xaviers, just have had all down years. And
it's just so surprising.
Yes.
Like, how does that happen where like all these teams are having...
Well, some players just don't come out, Michael. That's the thing. A lot of players are not coming out. They're because of all these new rules, the concussions. Kids don't want to get hurt. And sometimes the parents don't let them as well, don't want them to play because they don't want to get hurt. So you're seeing less and less kids, and this is around the state of Connecticut. I'm not just talking in this area. This is the state of Connecticut. You're seeing less and less players coming out each and every year, and that's why you're seeing smaller rosters. I mean, North Haven doesn't have that big of a roster. That's the thing. From previous years, they've had players of 50 to 55, 60 players. This year, they have about 35 players on the team, but they're just good, so they don't have a lot of depth. It's just the players are not coming out anymore. They're playing other sports like soccer, baseball, basketball. Even in the springtime, they're worrying about other sports, and that's the thing. And that's why you're seeing all these teams struggling. The big-name teams that were in championship games last year and now have one win. You ask, you're like, how is that possible? That's the best way I can describe it to you is the lack of players coming out nowadays because of all these new rules. And people just don't want to play football anymore because they don't want to get hurt.
One last play for North Haven, it looks like. And it's a carry to the right. Augustine gets the first down, and with 20 seconds left, that most likely will do it here at Mike Vanacore Field. And North Haven will improve to 6-1 and bounce back from their loss against Shelton last week, beating Xavier 49-14.
Taking care of business, Michael. That's what they did tonight. They came in, they had a job to do, and they took care of it. And it was over from the start. There was no answers. Xavier had no way of slowing down this rushing attack of North Haven, and it showed. All the big guys scored. Seamus scoring multiple touchdowns. Devin Brockman, multiple. The Hooks brothers getting involved. Nick Dodge, Noah Pastor, all guys that are probably their main focal points going forward for them to be successful. All got in the end zone tonight and had great games tonight.
Again, you said it yourself. Seamus Meehan, 2 touchdowns. 1 in the air, 1 on the ground. Devin Brockman with 2 touchdowns. 1 on the ground, 1 on a kickoff return. Also, Nick Dodge scoring on his first carry of the game, and the Hooks brothers scoring on the ground, too.
as well. Another guy that, like I said, all these guys, and I'm telling you, with Seamus Meehan coming back, that's going to be a huge, huge plus going forward for North Haven.
Well, the next time you'll be seeing us...
Are they playing Sweet Caroline now? They're playing, come on. They're playing Red Sox music right now?
I mean, they're in the World Series.
Well, I did pick them to sweep. I did say the Red Sox would sweep before, so my prediction's going to happen. I'm going to be right.
Again, the final score is 49-14. The North Haven Indians over the Xavier Falcons. The next time you'll be seeing us here on NHTV.
Thanksgiving
and also on the Facebook Live page for North Haven High School football will be Thanksgiving morning against the Amity Spartans. And that is going to be a fun one. That could have postseason implications.
For both teams, not just North Haven. But they have, look, they got to take care of business of 4 next week, do their job like they did tonight, go in, have a great plan of attack, execution, and you know that Sachs will have these boys ready come next week, and then you got the big one in 2 weeks against the Jesuits in Fairfield Prep.
It's going to be a fun month for North Haven. Hopefully when we
coming to an end, bro. I don't like this.
When we come back, hopefully when we come back at Thanksgiving, North Haven is fighting for a postseason spot. Again, the final score, North Haven 49, Xavier 14 for everyone here at North Haven Television and the people running the North Haven High School Football Facebook page.
You guys are the best.
For Trevor Keys, my name is Michael Valenti. We will see you at Thanksgiving. So long from Mike Vanacore Field.
Subway, Universal Drive, North Haven. Locally owned and operated, featuring delicious subs, wraps, salads, and all of your catering needs. Subway, Universal Drive next to Home Depot in North Haven.
Forget-Me-Not Florist, 39 State Street, North Haven. A true full-service flower shop providing same-day delivery. Whether it's birthdays, anniversaries, or sympathy, Forget-Me-Not is there for you.
HB Communications, 60 Dodge Avenue, North Haven. Since 1946, specializing in audio-video solutions, including video conferencing, unified communications, digital signage, and more. HB Communications.
Arnold's Jewelers, the North Haven Diamond Center, 117 Washington Avenue in North Haven. Decades of experience and a deep commitment to the North Haven community. Visit us today at thearnoldsjewelers.com.
North Haven Funeral Home, 36 Washington Avenue, North Haven. Since 1953, the one source families rely on for caring, compassionate service. North Haven Funeral Home.
The other side of the damage.